In this video, we want to see why 0.99999 all the way to infinity is really equal to 1. There are proofs of this problem all over the internet. Some of them are really easy to understand. I'm going to give you one example of them before giving you the proof that is even better than that. For example, they say let's assume x equals to 0.9999999. Then they multiply by 10. Then they simplify. 10x is equal to 9 plus x, and that means 9x equals to 9, or x equals to 1. And they say that means 0.999999 is equal to 1. But here, I want to give you a totally different proof without using any equation. Okay, we start by a line, and this is the line of the real numbers. For example, 0 is here. We have 1, we have 2, 3. We have also negative numbers like -1, -2, -3. The square root of 2 is here. Pi is here. Let's say someone comes and tells you that pi is equal to 22/7. And you want to object that. You can say that, hey, there is a space between pi and 22/7, and I can actually give you a number that fits into that space, 3.142. Why? Because 22/7 is 3.1427, and it's bigger than the number I gave you, and pi is less than the number I gave you. So the number 3.142 is inside this space. It's a number that is bigger than pi and less than 22/7. So that means there is a space between the two, and that means pi is not equal to 22/7. Now what we want to say is that it's impossible to find a number between 0.99999 and 1. In other words, there is no space between these two numbers, or they are actually the same. Let's assume they are separate. So their location on the line are two different points, and there is a space between them. And let's say that this space has a number that fits inside. Okay, maybe you say that number is 0.9999999 and all the way until 9, and then is 5. In this case, maybe you say this is bigger than the first one and less than the second one. But as you can see, the number 0.9999 all the way to infinity is still bigger than this number. So no, you were not successful. And it doesn't matter how hard you try, you cannot find a number that is bigger than the first one, less than the second one. That means these two numbers are exactly the same. In fact, it's really funny that people have trouble believing that 0.9999999 is equal to 1. Because if you ask them, for example, what is 1/3, most people say it's 0.33333. But then, what if we multiply both sides by 3? Of course, we get 1 equals 0.99999. But then, most people have problem believing that.